Men are confused than ever before about their purpose, and it's destroying marriages, family, and entire communities. But here's what the late Dr. Myles Munroe discovered that changes everything. And I'm going to be talking from one of his book, one of his famous book on men. I will give you the title in the next couple of minutes. But we are living in a time where men don't know who they are. And this episode is going to be deep. I'm going to challenge you because I've been challenged by his teaching for many, many years. I found out about him about like 28 years ago, and it changed my life. You see, my friend, what leadership looks like, what strength looks like, it's missing in men's life today. And what they are called to be and what purpose is no more. Hello. Let me tell you something, my friend. You were not created to be passive. You were created to be a foundation, a leader, a protector, and a cultivator, an innovator. And until you rise into that purpose, nothing around you will stand the test of time, not your marriage, not your family, and not your community. And in this episode, we will break down the core principles of the late Dr. Myles Munroe book, Understanding the Purpose and Power of Men. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand, one, why purpose is the foundation of real masculinity. Number two, what happens when men abandon their role. Three, how leadership in the home directly impacts the strength of your society. And number five, how you can start reclaiming your power today. So let's get into it. The purpose comes before power. Yes, there is. The late Dr. Myles Munroe said this, and he said, this is very powerful. He said, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. You know, as a man, your purpose isn't random, it's design. You were built to work, to cultivate, to protect, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally. Before God gave Adam a woman, he gave Adam work and responsibility. See, work is spiritual. There's a difference between work and labor. Labor is something that you're forced to do. Work is what you're called to do. You work with passion. You work with purpose. Jesus said it best that I must work the work of him who sent me while it's day, because the night cometh when no man can work. In other words, purpose came before partnership. And that's where many modern men have lost their way. They chase relationship without finding out who they are, without first understanding their reason for existing. Now let's talk about when men fall, everything falls. When a man loses his identity, everything he's connected to will suffer. Come on, look around you. His wife loses security. His children lose direction. His community loses order. It started with a man. A man's failure isn't just personal, it's generational. Look around you. I mean, come on, guys. Just take a good look around you. And that's why we are seeing so much chaos in our society today. Men have been told to sit down, stay quiet, and be less. But true masculinity, my friend, it isn't toxic. It is necessary. It is godly. It is spiritual. It's righteous. The absence of men in their rightful place is the root of broken homes, violence, confusion, and emotional instability. You were meant to stand, not to shrink. You were created to carry vision and not excuses. You were created by God on purpose, for purpose, by purpose. And when you stand, your family stand with you. Now, I want to pause for a moment and say, if you're listening to this and realizing you have drifted, maybe you are reactive instead of being proactive, and your wife is out of alignment and both of you guys are arguing and fighting and you're just miserable and confused in your relationship, I invite you to something powerful. And that is our marriage makeover coaching program, where we teach men and wives exactly their purpose and their responsibility in the marriage and how to build a marriage that is not easily broken. We move you from dysfunctional and unhappy to fulfilled and thrive in marriage through our coaching program using a principle called grace. That's the framework. And if you'd like more information about our coaching program, I want you to click the link in the description and we will send you the information to book a free consultation to us so that you can learn more about it. Let's continue the conversation. Let's talk about masculinity and marriage. Here's what most people, they get wrong about masculinity. It isn't domination. It's responsibility. It is sacred. Healthy masculinity, godly masculinity is necessary. It's responsibility. A real man doesn't demand respect. He earned it through his service. He earned it through his discipline and his consistency. In marriage, your wife doesn't need a boss. She needs a visionary. She already have a boss at home. She need a man. She need a lover. She need a friend. She need a leader. She need a spiritual leader. She need a practitioner of love. She need an initiator of love. She needs to know that when life shakes, you don't run, you rise. Real masculine man, real manhood has been the foundation of the home. And what does a foundation do? It holds the weight. It absorbs the pressure. No society can rise above the character of its men. Look around you. Men are not even excited about family and marriage anymore. It's one of the dumbest things that I can ever see, that a man consider himself to be highly successful and he doesn't have the creative ingenuity to find a good woman and get married and create a legacy. So who's going to get your lifestyle? Who's going to get all your money? You're going to leave it to charity when you can leave it to a family? You're scared about a woman leaving you? If you marry a good one, she don't want to leave you. She want to love you. She want to honor you. She want to be with you. I don't care what these jokers on social media try to say about women. They're good one out there looking for good men like you. It's fear mongering because they're building a brand after this crazy stuff, and the enemy is just their puppet. They're a puppet by the devil. They're the devil's DJ, and they're just playing his music. You see, my friend, when your wife see that kind of man, she doesn't resist your leadership. She trusts it because there is something inside her womb that is passionate about a man who knows and have visions and goals and dreams and aspiration, because leadership mirror God's design. And if both of you guys are in sync with God, it really gets deep. Let me be specific. I want you to ask your wife this question. What's one area where you need me to lead more intentionally? I know exactly where she's going to tell you, but I want you to find that out for yourself. Then I want you to listen without defending. That's when real leadership begins, with humble listening. You create the atmosphere that she can really feel vulnerable and speak to you, and you don't feel like you're being criticized. And wives, you need to know how to speak to your husband, because some of y'all, your words are like poison. They use your word to tear your house down. Let's talk about leadership in the community. Your leadership doesn't end at your front door. Men are called to be the pillar, not just in their homes, but in your city. Look around you. Crime rates are high. Confusion, addiction, fatherlessness, it's at an all-time high. It all points to a vacuum of godly male leadership. But when a man rises with purpose, things shift. Come on, you are an atmospheric shifter. When you show up as a mentor, as a father, as a servant, the next generation start to believe again. You don't have to be famous or rich to make impact. You know, I hear people talk about high value man. What they consider to be high value man is a joke. It is so disgusting that they consider high value man is a man with 6-figure income and have options, and he can live and go places that most men can't go. That's not what a high value man is. That's just a man with status. I've known scumbag that have a lot of status, but they know high value man. You just have to be faithful, trust God, love your family. You know your position. It's not just about being in your position, but it's also about your presence. You're in the moment. You're there. The same strength that you use to build your marriage is the same strength that your community will feed on. That's why rebuilding men is how you rebuild nations, man. It starts with men. Why do you think that the enemy wants men to be sissified, lack backbone, have their zipper in the back rather than in the front? Let's talk about how to reclaim your purpose. If you want to step into the kind of manhood that the late Dr. Myles Munroe talked about, here is where to start. Number one, reconnect with your source. Purpose flows from the one who created you. That's God. Stop trying to define self. Get back to prayer. Get back to scripture. Get back to vision. Point number two, take responsibility. Stop blaming. You own your mess. Own it. Own your role. You did it. You mess it up. You take ownership of it. Whether it's your marriage, your habits, your leadership, accountability is step one to restoration, to true leadership. Number three, lead through love, not pride. Leadership isn't shouting louder. It's listening deeper. Serve your family the way Christ served his family. Jesus said it best that I didn't come to be served, but I come to serve and to give my life as a ransom for many. As I've often maintained that a leader know the way, a leader go the way, and then a leader show the way. I tell my kids all the time, I don't have to just teach you how to live. I'll live and let you watch me do it. That's why I'm not afraid to be a father. I'm not afraid to lead them. I'm not afraid to coach and counsel and mentor them. They're not kids anymore. They're men. So my younger one is 23. My older one is 29. So I get to talk. I get to pour into. Number four, build brotherhood. Isolation kills purpose. You need men around you. You need men in your corner. That's one of the things that we're building in our marriage makeover coaching program, that we have a community of men that we're pouring into. We glean from it. We called it Get in the Huddle, where we try to get men together where you can have a safe space that you can talk and you can be free to be yourself. You can be naked with your emotions and your feelings and you don't feel judged. No, we're not going to be macho man over here. We're going to be real. We're going to grow. We're going to change. And we're going to become better men so that we can be better equipped to love and serve in our marriage. You don't need to be around weak men. You don't need to be around men that have no backbone. You don't need to be around men that make excuses and blame women for everything. That's weak. That's not leadership. That's a male attitude. That's not a man attitude. A man know who he is, where he's going, and what he's going to do to get there. Number five, invest in your growth. I talked about this before, and I'm going to say it again, that in our marriage makeover coaching program, growth is the second principles or the second part of the framework that we teach. You have to invest in your growth. Adam was a good man. Adam was holy. Adam was righteous. Adam was a builder. He was a cultivator. He was everything before the woman came into his life. That's the kind of man that God brought Eve to. What kind of man are you? You can't lead at the highest level and you have low energy and you have low understanding. You got to keep learning, man. You got to keep growing. You got to surround yourself with mentors and coaches who sharpen you. The Bible says iron sharpens not iron, and the countenance of one brightens another. And I got a final word of challenge for you. Because I don't teach unless I give you a plan of action. You were created to be great. You were not created to be average. Average means that you're the worst of the best and the best of the worst. That's not what God created you to be. You were created and you were born to stand firm, not to drift. Drifters don't build anything. They don't build anything. The world doesn't need weaker men. It needs wiser men, stronger, godly men. Your wife is waiting for you to stand up in your God-given role. Your children is waiting for you to lead by example. Your son should want to be like you when he grow up. Your daughters supposed to want to marry a man just like you. Your character, your personality, your attributes, your core values, your moral standards and value is on full display. And she's like, that's the kind of example I want when I get married. Are you? that example, your community is waiting for you to show up. The moment you decide to walk in purpose, everything connect to you will start to rise. And here's a challenge for you. Don't just watch this, act on it. Start leading with vision. Start healing your marriage with intention. And start walking like a man who was designed by God to be the man that you are. If this is a help to you, I want you to like this video and I want you to subscribe to this channel and I want you to drop a comment below. Here's what you're going to say, right? Change that. I want you to drop a comment below. What's one area in your life where you are ready to reclaim your leadership? Yeah, I want you to share that to another man so that they can see it today and get to know that you are passionate about rebuilding your masculinity, rebuilding your manhood, rebuilding your marriage, rebuilding your family, one husband, one real masculine man at a time. Because guess what? The world is a dull and an ugly place without real men. Thank you so much for watching. May God continue to bless you. I hope and trust that you were blessed by this. And I can't wait to see you in the next one.